9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Thursday Night Life Fly Tying, the show where passion for fly fishing meets creativity and camaraderie. It's our 6th season, and we're thrilled to have you with us. Without all of you who purchased Season 6 kits and our fantastic sponsors, we wouldn't be able to keep going. So for this, we want to start with a huge thank you. Morning View Mercantile, Lyle Peterman Real Estate, Craft Bear Nation, Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, Shore Fishing, Fish Bond, Fly Fusion, and Friesen Brothers. Born in a humble brewery in 2018, our journey began with a simple idea to bring together like-minded souls for an evening of stories, laughter, and the art of fly tying. Our doors were always open, our hearts always welcoming. When the tides of time brought challenges, we evolved. From a cozy corner in a brewery to screens across the world, Thursday Night Life Fly Tying transformed into a virtual stage, forging the unbreakable T&L fam. Every Thursday, join our hosts, the ever-entertaining Dana and the skilled artisan Tim, as they weave magic with their stories and skills. Dana brings the laughter, and Tim brings the craft. Tonight, as always, we tie 2 unique patterns, celebrate our wins, and share a toast with our favorite beverage from our friends at Craft Beer Nation. Stay tuned for surprises, FLYINGO and prizes, and above all, the love that binds the T&L fam. Let's dive into the world of fly tying together.
It's happening. I was going for happening, not up.
I know, that's new. I made that one.
Yeah,
remember this song? I think it came in somewhere last year.
Oh, yeah. What was
I don't know,
song?
it just makes me feel good, like being here.
Ah, yes. It is a
Something
good song.
about being here. And no, this isn't the 70s night. It's just OQP.
Just another good-looking day.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got.
That's all you got.
As I scripted that, I wrote that down.
Oh, nice.
Earlier.
It wasn't a long,
that's all I
long
got.
script.
So. No, it wasn't.
Limited scripting here, folks.
Yeah, so that's all I got.
Wow, we got some people in here.
Why don't we do what we say we're going to do?
Yeah.
And
say hello to some friends.
Say hi to the people. Mr. Raymond McDonald got his I-4 ticket because he owes me a beer.
Yes.
So last time, he jetted.
He jetted on you? I can't wait to see you, Ray. That'll be awesome.
And hopefully, lots of other people got tickets to IF4 because our friend Jeff stopped by today.
Yeah.
we
Great
got to
to meet
meet a TNL fam
Yeah.
member.
Awesome.
I was telling him afterwards that he should come to I-4 because why? That's where a lot of you guys are, the local TNL fam. It's a great place to meet other fly fishy people.
Yeah.
I don't like that word, but I used it.
Fly fishy.
And
Fly
yeah.
fishy people.
watch some cool films, hang out, talk fishing, have a couple beer.
Yeah.
And now that we've mentioned beer,
What do you got going over
Tim,
there?
well, what do I got going on? From our friends at Craft Beer Nation, you notice how we just got through one person on the comments and we already started drinking?
Yeah, well,
I
might not have waited for the comments.
That's right. That's right. Hang on.
What's he pouring? Oh, there's something nice about that sound. Very good. You killed it. The music just came in and ruined it.
I have power over that.
Yes, you do. What are you drinking? It's so muffled. Hardly any head. Look at you go.
Well, you know what they say, Tim.
Nothing good. I'm sure it's going to come of that statement.
Siding 14 Brewing Company. Switch Point, a honey cream ale.
Ooh, that sounds kind of delicious.
Yeah, from our friends at Craft Beer Nation up there on Gasoline Alley in Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. Locals know because that's where locals go.
Oh, man. Not even scripted.
No,
Right off the cuff, eh?
I ran out of my script just
so
before
good.
we started. So let me try it. Let me tell you my honest opinion.
All right.
From Siding 14, where's Pinoca? Oh, it's up in your area.
Let's see it.
No,
Not for you, huh?
like there's two flavors to I'm not really tasting the honey.
Okay. Okay.
You gotta give it a try.
All right, let me
You gotta
try
give
it.
it a try. It's kind of like weirdly bitter. I think there's some bit like when you think honey.
I got the honey.
Oh,
Take another sip.
well, I'll take another sip.
I don't taste the bitter. I definitely. It's creamy. I don't mind that at all.
Don't taste the creamy. So anyways, Switch Point because it switches flavors on you. Very, very average beer.
Well, honest opinions is what we're here for.
Are
Are you ready for mine? Because it might not
You've
be
been
better.
on the struggle bus
I've been struggling.
trying to get that session ale. I like it though.
Yeah, Dana likes this one. It's for Blind Man Brewing or River.
Yeah.
Sorry, Blind Man Brewing.
Yeah, up by you
Yeah,
guys.
it's also
right?
up by me.
Macomb
yeah.
area.
Macomb. It's called the River Session Ale, and for me, I would say I don't like hoppy beer,
It's hoppy.
and it's got some hop to it. So we're working through it. But if you like a hoppy beer, Dana, you don't normally like hoppy beers, do you?
No, but I'll do it. I don't mind it. I'm just really interested in this one.
Maybe we should switch.
I'm here for it.
All right, let's do it. All right.
All right, lukewarm
honey cream.
session ale. Sign up for it. All right, let us know what's your name. If you're new, also let us know because that's super cool. Let us know what you're drinking, what you're trying, or maybe what your favorite is. Are you a Coors Light, a Bud Light? Are you just into casual flavors, or are you into something a little more hoppy, like a session ale, an IPA?
I'm in trouble.
Or what?
I forgot to send the link to my parents.
Start the show over. Start the show over.
Start it over. Mom and Dad are
Or you in for the switching point, which I think is interesting. I don't know. Mr. Dave, I need your opinion on this because maybe you've had it before. Paul D. Dean, Mike McKenna, what's up? Chaz, Craig Jones,
Chaz?
Mr. Augustin, Mr. Ritzko, who just did a episode of Fly Fishing Saves Lives, and I loved every bit of it. The time together, the stories. I highly encourage you to go listen to that. It is the latest episode of Fly Fishing Saves Lives. Evening, Joel, Sather, Wood,
What
Mr.
up,
Wool,
Joel?
Nuff,
Well, enough. Just
Fly
enough.
Trout, known as Ken. Not a lot of people on Facebook have screen names or, the Fly Trout.
Yeah,
On Instagram, yeah.
he does.
Ken B, Doan in the Down Under.
Oh, Mr. Novland.
Mr. Novland, Fam Jam, Chaz, Mr. David Spencer, and we got the good news. Did you get the good news, or did I just get the good news?
Share the good news, and I'll tell you if I know it or not.
Dave loves me more than you.
No, that's not true. He told me that himself, that I was the favorite.
Well, favorite, but love. Love transcends all favoritism, Tim.
Okay.
Eli
that hurts
is in
deep,
the
Dave.
house.
Come on,
we
Dave.
got to give a shout out to all the folks down at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop.
Yes.
Because tonight is their first time of the season that they have a gathering down there. And they're going to tie some flies along with us. The CDC Foam Ant, which is absolutely a banger of a fly.
It's a gooder.
Easy, simple, and effective, and that's what we like. Copper John, a little more trickster in there, but we're leaving the tricky ones for Chaz and Aaron when they come and tie, as we
Ain't that the truth?
experience today. Mr. Pape, Hillbilly, what's up?
Andy?
Danny Alstrom, who
bam.
just had himself a birthday the other day. So
Told me he was turning 38. I mean, I thought that he looks great for his age.
13 times 8, Tim, is not 38. So, because it's a birthday,
Oh, it's your birthday.
yeah. And if you had a birthday, make sure you let us know if you had a birthday, because Mr. Danny Alstrom turned 38
Yes, he did.
and is great. Jose, I believe it's her daughter's birthday today. So,
Oh, there we go.
we'd
Double
like
down.
to give a little shout out to that birthday girl. Mr. Ploy is banned for life. Let's go, Oilers.
Well, you gotta say they're on a pretty good run.
It's phenomenal, actually.
Yeah.
I love them. I honestly, I don't like their fans, but I love the Oilers.
No Oilers fan could ever say they would accept another fan.
Well,
It's-
see,
it's a
Oiler,
fact.
yeah, Oiler fans just hate Calgary fans.
That's true,
And they
that's
hate the Flames. So, honestly, I hope the Oilers win. I'm not an Oilers fan, but I'm an Oilers fan, and I hope they win the Stanley Cup this year because,
Calgary's not gonna do it.
well, Calgary's fun. They're just going through a little bit of a
10-year slump.
figuring it out. It's not a slump, Tim. They were first place in the division 2 years ago.
And what happened?
Until Edmonton cheated in the playoffs and beat them. All right, so all you birthday people, I'm just going to scroll down some of the comments here. Mr. Sather, Mr. Pacific, Doug Lindsay. And I want to see if anybody's birthday comes up.
Yeah.
Because I press that button and I press that button. Michael Templeton Lou, howdy from Colorado.
What's up, Mike?
What's up? That sounds like a newer name in the group. Trevor McPhee is a classic good dude, TNL fam.
Oh, 12-year double oak scotch.
Oh.
He's getting classy on us.
A fitting drink for Burns night.
Yeah. Bottle of scotch. That's what
What's
we need.
Burns night?
Burns night?
Burns night. Oh, is it a Scottish thing where they eat that liver stuff and drink?
I don't know. You're
I
gonna have
don't
to let
know.
us know, Trevor.
I
don't
think
know.
it is.
I don't know
I
what
think
that means.
I'm are those 6 inches thick rimmed glasses?
You look very clear. Who knew I needed glasses?
Oh, so we started a tradition by doing shots, and apparently we ended it today.
Yeah, you
All right,
you did
Ritzko's
half a
got
shot.
IF4. That's what I like to hear. Love hanging out with that guy,
Yeah.
Mr. Sanguines Terry. Peach Crown and enjoying the night. Dusty Barnes, good evening from Black Falls. Not going to get mad
up,
at this
Dusty?
ant tonight.
Don't do
Is
it.
that sarcastic? I don't think it is.
I don't think so. Don't do it. It's gonna be
Yeah,
a
we're
good
super
one.
happy to have Mr. Barnes a part of the TNL fam. I know he was itching to get in, and he did. He got in. He got his adoption papers. All right, Scotty the Wrens, Littleton, Colorado. Cha cha cha. Trout's thong looks just like my headband.
Huh. I want to see.
And the rest of the outfit around the thong probably looks like my beard.
Gross.
Probably looks like
Gross.
this.
Yeah, well, not 80s night, but just a little roll of dimes there.
Hey, Trout, is this familiar? Get your wife out of the deep freeze and ask her.
Oh, man.
What's happening? Hey, Mr. James Hicks is in the house.
What's up, James?
A friend, a mentor, and somebody who is always pushing his community to be better. And I had the pleasure of being on his podcast.
Nice.
Absolute stand-up dude. If you guys want to grow in your kind of entrepreneurial, self-growth, leadership stuff, I highly encourage you to give Mr. Hicks a follow because he is full of the good stuff. And good dude right there. Mr. Sather, Trout, comments. Unfortunately, Danny's drinking a protein shake.
It's bulk season.
Bulk season. Speaking of Tim,
I've been trying. Bulk season's been roughly 30 years long.
There's 5
work
seasons in Tim's world. Winter, spring, summer, fall, and bulk season. And he's never seen the 5th one yet.
It's awfully true, but it is true. Mike McKenna.
That's good, man. You better
What's up,
take
buddy?
the rest of this.
Yeah, I'm done it.
I don't want that here.
No, get it out of here.
I love warm session ale. Heated up by the palm of your hand. We are going to tie some flies, the CDC Foam Ant and the Copper John. But first, what you guys can do to make this even more fun tonight is share this. Share it on Facebook, share it on YouTube. Text your group chat, your friends, your buddies, and say, here's the link to the hottest thing happening tonight. Yeah. All right. Oh, shrink the screen here, guys. Didn't mean to do that. I'm going to have to lock that. Oh,
Ooh, look at you go.
Things
Settle down over there.
Things are falling apart. So the mouse was in the wrong spot. And as you could see, Janine made it to Red Deer safe and have a great show.
Oh.
And she tried to kill me earlier by putting spring in my step.
There was actually a spring in his stew.
In my stew.
No joke. Actual spring.
Yeah. Doug wishes he could drink, so he might be on a bit of a protein diet like Dan, or he might be sick. You cannot watch on Instagram. Not yet. Last time was a disaster.
Yeah.
So looks like Jared, Mom's here.
Mom's in the house.
Yeah, Mom, Calgary Mom.
Calgary Mom.
Yeah, see, I didn't have to send her. She just knew.
Okay, well, my parents
we need
might be 80.
Moms. Yeah,
okay.
there's just a touch older. Troy Tracy from the coast. Mr. Dickow from Strathmore. And Claude looks like he's got himself back on
nice.
YouTube. That's good to see.
What's up, Claude?
I saw they had a nice vacation at Glenifer Lake. They showed some photos.
Yeah.
And looked beautiful this time of the year. Trevith, Tim decided to use your Rogaine, Dana.
I know.
He did. He did. That's one of my more favorite hairstyles.
I like it. I mean, he's got it's a little
Marvin,
bit of curl,
Jason Baggs, drinking Whistler Brewing Co. Bear Paw Honey Lager.
Ooh, that's
Similar to you.
Yeah.
But hopefully his is a little touch better.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Landon Dickow's birthday is Saturday, so happy birthday, Landon, on Saturday.
Happy
My dad's 80th birthday today. He doesn't look a day over 65. Hoping we get a lot more of him. Absolutely happy birthday, Papa Wolnoff. All right. Look, everyone, to wish my loving wife, Norma, a happy birthday. Norma is turning brilliant because it's her birthday this Saturday. So once you kind of reach about 60, 55, every year after that is just
a
blessing and a beautiful thing. Mr. Ray McDonald, wish her a happy birthday from all of us at TNL fam here. Tim, Dana, wonderful people, Arctic Grayling. He's been missing, but he's back in, and he is stoked. Jeff's stoked to be here. So Jeff's who stopped by the studio. He got to come behind the scenes. He got to check it out. And you know what happens when you show up at the studio? You get your pockets filled with goodies.
Oh, it's true.
You know, you sit on the couch, you get more goodies. Speaking of which, no couch, fam. And guess what? Our friends at Morning View Mercantile literally packed a bag of goodies for the couch.
If that doesn't make you want to be here, I don't know what it is.
So we'll talk about some of the things in the giveaway.
Oh, man.
These guys from our friends at Morning View Mercantile.
2 of my absolute favorites.
Yeah.
By far.
And like, truth be told, this won't focus.
Never.
Truth be told, this isn't fruit, but it is the
like
best candy they freeze dry.
Yeah.
This is fruit, and this is the best fruit. Hash, slash the mangoes.
The mangoes are
This
good too, yeah.
Morning View Mercantile, Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. Everybody at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop tonight better be leaving with their hands full of Morning View Mercantile. And if you guys want to get on the good stuff from Morning View Mercantile, you go to RockyMountainFlyShop.net and you get yourself full on the good stuff, the freeze-dried goods.
Oh, so Trevor answered the question here. It's a Scottish holiday with haggis and
Yeah,
whiskey.
haggis, that's the stuff.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
the
brains?
stuff.
I thought haggis, or maybe it's not. I don't know.
Haggis is like guts of...
From Monday?
From London. I think I swallowed a spring.
Definitely the most random thing I've ever seen somebody pull out of their mouth when they thought it was a piece of grizzle. Nope. It was an actual spring.
Actually, it was a spring. But we got something really epic. We got to show you guys this. We got to pop over here. I got to find which one's my actual mouse and which one's not. But we've got the baking smoking cam, and it is turning up the heat.
Let's see it. Oh, baby. What do we got there?
What do we got there? Well, friends, if you know what that is, I'm probably going to miss a lot of comments because I'm going to have to get current because we're asking current questions. The haggis is the stomach, but this is from our friends at Friesen Brothers. And I'll let the comments roll and let people decide what is going to be happening tonight on the baking smoking cam. Because you, my friend, and me, my friend, are going to be having some delectable food in a little bit. I'll have to head up and finish it off when you're tying one of the flies, but I think that's okay.
Yeah.
I think we can do that together. That's a beautiful thing.
Good hunk of meat.
We got some new commercials, so we might as well head over there and say thanks to our friends, our family, our sponsors at Thursday Night Live here. And go take a pee, grab a beer. We're going to jump into the news scene as soon as we get back. Check over a couple of things that we got coming up. And then we're going to tie a fly. Which one first?
Let's do the Copper John.
We'll do the Copper John
Let's do it.
first.
Get out of the
And UTC 70 in brown is going to work for both flies. So thread up a bobbin and just get ready to party. And that's how she goes. All right. Well, let's take a break.
Break.
Tim,
Right now.
I'm so pumped to drink some more warm session ale.
You should be.
At the pinnacle of every climb, when victory meets hunger, there's one companion climbers trust. Morning View Mercantile, crafting meals for the summit. Experience culinary excellence where the air is thin. Witness the power of gourmet at altitude. Within minutes, taste meets triumph. Indulge in the flavors of success. Morning View Mercantile, your partner in conquering summits, your reward at the top. Morning View Mercantile, where elevation meets flavor.
Fishing was great. I caught a rainbow, which was incredibly fun. Watching that thing jump out of the water, super exciting.
There you go, you're on. Good job. It's okay. If he's gonna buck, let him buck. he's gonna go
I
for.
dropped my fly line for a minute, scared myself.
That's awesome, yeah. So rainbow trout.
Wow.
So, yeah, crazy to see them up this high.
Yeah, that's what it is. And you all right. It is a Boston butt or a pork shoulder or a pork butt.
Pork butt.
Whatever it is smoking on the smoker. And I will finish that off. And I got a treat for Tim and a treat for me.
Yes, can't wait.
With all things Free Song Brothers.
Asian Brothers.
All right, the roast is too big to be Tim's leg.
What are you trying to say? Come on. Oh, the music's not so bad today.
Yeah, really failed at the 47 quick ties we did today. But, guys, you can watch this on Facebook and YouTube. You just grab a couple devices, and that's how she goes. But, well, if you're new, what's Thursday Night Live? I guess we don't share this enough,
Yeah, that's
and maybe that's a fault.
Thursday Night Live. What is Thursday Night Live?
Yeah,
Well,
this is it.
this is it. You're looking at
We
it.
tie all those flies above us here.
All those flies. So we're going to gather once a week. This season is 13 episodes. So we got 13 weeks together. We tie up a couple flies. As you can see already, there's a little bit of BSing that goes on. We're going to share in a couple beverages. And we just meet together as a group, as a family, and we get to hang out for the night. It wasn't always quite like this. I started in a brewery, and COVID kind of pushed us to the studio. And since then, it's looked a lot like this. Well, not quite as good as this. Has come a long way since the early days.
You've come a long ways.
But that's what it's about. And truly, it's about the family and the community that's in here. So what we really appreciate is when we know you're here. So as you see all these comments rolling in, just comment if you're in here. A lot of times we meet people on the street or on the river, and they're like, "Oh, we love the show," and literally never heard them or saw a comment.
We don't know.
So
you're watching, so let us
wanna
know.
know.
That's the fun part of it. Or don't. Or show up like Jeff did. Get a tour of the studio, and then take time next time to come up and stay. Hang out on the couch. We got a couch over here. We got room for
empty couch.
3 people we've had.
3 smaller
Maybe
people.
we'll turn the other studio into the guest studio.
Ah, yes.
We got lots of things. We got lots of space now to do things.
Arctic Grayling's enjoying your pooch photo.
Oh, yeah. Love it.
Love it. So good.
There's the pooch. Back there is the trout. Maybe I'll switch them. At one point, you can see the brown trout a little better. There's a camera. There's a mountain. All 4 of my favorite things right there.
Yes.
5 right there.
Thank you.
All 5 of my favorite. Janine is not.
She's probably not watching if you're safe.
Yes, it's fine. Okay. You know, we haven't done in a long time is Guide's Choice, but we'll talk about that later. Because Thursday Night Live, if you guys want, we do sell kits.
Yeah, we do.
I forgot to change this. It should say episode 4. We'll go over that. Bingo cards here. Thursday Night Live here. You guys go over there. What you do, we tie flies. So just scroll quickly down as we're doing the CDC Foam Ant. So do you need the materials for this week? Right there. Boom, 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 boom. You got all the material you need. And you got all the material you need for the Copper John. But if that's complicated and expensive, it's awesome because you can buy all the material kits for this season. You just go up here. You just go get your exclusive kit and master fly tying. And you just click on that, and it's right there. It's, we dropped the price down to $239. Eventually, you do it right, you could tie all of those flies.
You're acting like you're going to give us a number.
Well,
There's
I was
a lot
just
of
waiting
flies
for it
there.
to zoom in like this.
Yes.
And so there's 26 patterns, and then you get to tie 5 the materials, and then you get one of them already tied. So if you do it all, you could watch the show. You could go to YouTube after. We have quick ties. It's just none of this. It's just a simple Tim teaching you how to tie the fly, and you could tie all these. So we encourage you, tie one with us tonight, see how it goes, and then come back tomorrow, and you get to tie 4 more once the quick ties are posted. And then you could walk away with a fly kit just like this. Probably $700, $800, $900 is what you would pay to go buy all of these flies. But $239 Canadian is what it would cost you to do something like that.
Yeah.
If you're like, oh, I don't know, that's a lot. Well, you're just gonna head over to the store. You're gonna go on the fly tying kits, and then you can just buy the individuals. So simple right there. You just want to buy the fly tying kit, the Muda Puda. Same concept. You just scan that QR code there. It's going to pop up and you're going to be able to, all of those are right there. And if you want 12, we just clumped a 12 kit together for $89. Like, come on, folks, 12 kits, 6 flies times 12. You do the math and tell me if that's $89 worth it. It's not, okay? Even on Tim's calculator, which he calculated Dan's birthday on that.
I was going to get you to scroll up on those comments there for a second.
Oh,
here.
sure, yeah. He just told me.
A little bit. Just wanted to, a little bit more. Right there. Matthew just wanted to say, man, thank you for being here tonight, and so sorry about your dad. Can't imagine what you're going through, and hopefully this can lighten your day a little bit. Yeah, super tough. I can't imagine.
Yeah, and thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yesterday was a 1 year, is it a death anniversary? It was 1 year to the date that we lost Janine's dad. And yeah, we're glad you're here with us, Matthew, and very sorry to hear about your dad. Appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, lots of people in here. Reach out if you need anything. Me or Tim, if you need to chat, whatever it is. And that's what it is. It's about sharing what you need to share when you need to share it. And we'll make sure that you are heard when you're here at TNL, no matter what kind of wigs we're wearing. It's just a facade.
Yeah, that's true.
For us to just be goofy with you guys. A little bit of humor, a little bit of fun, and just like the end of the show when we share what's important now.
Yeah.
I highly encourage you. You don't want to miss out on that. You don't want to miss out on FLYINGO. You don't want to miss out on stuff like that. So the good stuff in the show. Okay, so what I needed to do was what we're gonna do, the news. Remember I said we weren't gonna be like extra long today.
Like I said.
Double check.
Still
the baking
cooking.
cam. I went up there quickly and I checked in on it again. Starting to drip, and that is a pork shoulder. You can tell by that bone in there. Oh, look at that. Just a simple salt and pepper bark, no other seasonings, no other flavors. Just letting the smoke do the work. That's what we're doing there. And we'll check in on that bark in no time. But first, we got to head over to this scene called the news scene.
The news.
Check out what's happening. There's Night Live Fly Time news.
It's like my favorite scene for sure.
Entertainment news.
Yeah.
The news.
And there we go. The 2 flies that we'll be tying tonight. So get your stuff ready.
Gonna start off with that Copper John, and later we'll do that Foam Ant. You're gonna really like that one. That's a good one. What other news do we have? Stuff and things.
I'm just loving this arcade type music.
Yes, Garrett, there will be FLYINGO a little bit later tonight. You bet.
That's funny. You should ask.
Oh, look at that.
Bam. Get your card. Get your card. Get your card. You can get a card. It's free.
Not
It's
your strongest
free.
freestyle, but
Well, you know what they say. You know how many times I say that on the show? I don't know. Why doesn't somebody tell me? I'm enjoying.
Nobody will tell me what they say.
I was enjoying lukewarm session ale. I am now enjoying piss warm session ale. It's my favorite.
oh, it's good that you enjoy it so much. So it's going to be the same cards, guys. We will play that at the halftime show or somewhere in there between the flies.
Yeah.
So
You have a
go
chance of
there
winning.
and get it because
You
we've
have
got
a
some
chance of
prizes
winning.
stacked up.
Stacking. Let's talk about the prizes
let's
because
talk
I've
about it.
added more to the prizes. I've added what we call a mystery of fly tying party bag. Remember when you were in grade 5? Maybe you're still in grade 5. You would go to a party and you would get a mystery party bag. You never knew what was in there.
The
Here at
mystery
Fly
bag.
Fishing Boat Outfitters, we're starting to build some mystery fly fishing party bags.
Oh,
And
I wonder what's in there.
You might as well just make that not a mystery anymore.
Well, what's the fun in that?
All right. Well, there's a lot of flies. There's some tools, and there's a lot of stickers. And the most important sticker that's in there, Tim, is what? Because you're going to need to know that you guys, we've just updated the stock with 10 more Captain Clutch stickers on our website, www.flyvisionbowriver.com/TNLS6, written down right there. The same place you go and get yourself a bingo card for free.
Captain Clutch.
And if you buy a Captain Clutch sticker, it costs $50, but guess what happens?
You get to skip the wizard and the doors.
The doors.
So if you win FLYINGO, you just win. You don't have to go
I
to
just
it.
opened up 10. I just put 10. I just thought, you know what? We're going to kind of make this a little more rarity. And we put 10 on there.
Speaking of rare.
If anybody. What else is going in this giveaway, Tim?
We got one of our
Brand
not
new,
yet
exclusive,
to be sold.
not released.
Love People Catch Fish sun
that's
shirts
my
from Flash
favorite.
Rover Outfitters.
That is.
I know it's one of my
That
favorites for
is.
sure.
Absolutely.
So you can't get these any other way than winning it because they're
That's right.
not for sale.
That's right. Although a lot of you have asked, I've held tight to my ways and said no.
So on top of that, we've got all the previous 2 weeks worth of prizes.
Three,
Three weeks
four.
now?
Nobody's
Three.
won.
Oh, nobody's won. So we're on the fourth.
We got all the stuff from Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. Let's just show them there because the folks down at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop might want to pick one up while they're there.
We got
because it's super cool. It's a
Bench
kind
Boss?
of a toolkit holder from they're not our friends, but from Loon.
Yeah. We also got a Loon Ergo Bobbin. We've got some True 2 mil
2
foam.
mil foam. Rocky Mountain Fly Shop making the True 2 mil foam.
A gift card for
Gift
Rocky
card
Mountain
from
Fly Shop.
Rocky Mountain Fly Shop.
We also have a gift card for Craft Beer Nations in here.
Craft beer. That has not been won. And then
We have so much
We have so much
Morning
Morning View Mercantile because nobody wins and it just keeps building up.
whoever
might be
wins that.
Tim's guide ball from the last season, and well, you never know. You
You
never
never
know.
know. You really
So
don't
go
know.
get your free bingo card, and then this week I told you the strawberry milkshake candies and the freeze dried candy apples, green apples.
Yeah, those are.
Oh, they're good.
I had to go take mine to the truck because I knew they would get eaten in here.
I would have eaten them.
You would have.
I would have eaten them. So that's what's going on in the FLYINGO, folks. Big things are happening over there. You don't want to miss out, so make sure that you get yourself a card. The other thing that Tim wants to talk to you about is a little trip that he's going on, and he's got room for a couple of you if you're interested and you didn't spend all your money at Christmas. Tim's got a little trip. He could tell you about it.
So guys, I'm hosting a trip down to Argentina, and this is coming up in April. So we kind of had 2 spots that I'm available now to fill. We even have reduced the prices on these 2 spots to try to fill them before we go. So yeah, if you're interested, reach out to me. This is an awesome lodge. I was in Greenland last year with this same outfit. This is called Solid Adventures. This is their Las Buitres lodge. So what we're down there targeting is what you see there. Those are sea run brown trout. And as you can see, they get pretty big. I think the biggest caught last year was just over 26 pounds. So really big brown trout, an awesome lodge. Truly a great deal. Yeah, we're going to the very southern tip of Argentina to go chase them. So if you have any interest in that, reach out to me, reach out to Dana. He can get the information, help me get the information to you if you so choose. And yeah, just let me know. We got 2 spots available, but it isn't going to last long because we only have a limited time to fill them. So I got about a week to do this. So if you want to come along with the rest of us, just let me know and we will give you some more info.
Just over 26 pounds.
It doesn't seem fathomable on a brown trout,
it's
to be honest.
True. So that's Argentina, folks. You want to go on a trip with some really cool people down to some really cool places and catch really cool fish. You got to reach out to me or Tim and we'll hook you up. And when is the dates?
So we will be at the lodge from April 6th to April 13th. You kind of got to be down there by April 5th to Buenos Aires. And then we all go together down to the lodge. And then you'll be home, if you time it right, by about the 15th, 14th, 15th. So
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, there's that. And now I have 4. In Olds, Alberta, Canada, I have 4 is playing. But the only difference between this IF4 showing in Olds than any other place, and it's not the only difference because a big part of the difference is that it's a film fest. It's a festival. It's actually a festival. We're going to get started early at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. We're going to head over to the cinema at noon. We're going to watch a couple hours of the IF4 2024 reel. And we're going to see a film never before seen, shot locally with Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, called Last Best Place. Okay,
Yes.
so really cool there. And Guardians of the Red Deer River Watershed. So if you would like to see this film, that's where you're going to have to see it. That's where you're going to have to see it.
It's the only place you're going to see it, so you might as well come.
Tickets are $20. And you can buy those tickets at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, and you can also buy them at Morning View Mercantile in Red Deer. So places to get your tickets. IF4 is coming to Olds. Please, if you're local in the area, within a couple 3 hours, come down, get a hotel so that you can stay and hang out with us as we go over to Trax Pub after that and share some warm to less warm session ales.
It's not going to let it go.
Yeah, that's how that goes. Okay, last thing here is what I need you guys to do is make sure that weekly you're taking the quiz, which is found on our website, TNL S6. Okay, so episode 3, it should say episode 4. I'm just slacking on that. But that's what you got to know. And so, like the question says right there, how many times did Tim say booby in the wine booby quick tie last week? Well, that's to be determined. We've got a lot of answers. We've got a lot of people sending us their info. Go watch that quick tie and let us know, because next week we're going to take all those people who got the answer right. Okay. And you got a 1 in 4 chance there of sending me that info. And then we're going to put them in a bit of a draw or something to find a winner out of those people who got it right. So go over there. Take the quiz. You're going to get a snippet of a photo, and that photo is going to come together at the end of the year. You're going to color it. You're going to send it in. And it's ways that you win more things.
Ken, he thinks we don't have a fridge in the studio. He hasn't been here in a while. There is.
Oh, Ken, choices. And your son's going to remember you ditching your friends more than he's going to remember you ditching him. Oh, Ken, you just always. Who says we don't have a fridge?
Ken.
Ken B, yeah. Well, Ken's from Australia. That's Ken B.
I thought he was playing on YouTube and on
We do have it. So, all right, we're going to tie a fly, folks. Rocky Mountain Fly Shop people, give me a hell yeah. Cody Frankie, I forgot he commented earlier. It's really good to see him again tying back with us. Busy man. He's got a little rugrat running around doing all the things, working hard. Cody, super glad to have you back in here. And better late than never. You know what they say. There, I said it again.
Said it again.
All
Tell
right.
me.
All right. So because I got to pee, I'm going to stop chatting with you guys. We're going to head over to Tim.
All right, guys, let's get this done. So go into your kit, find, if you're out of your season 6 kit, you're going to want to find your Copper John kit, and let's get going. I got to grab mine. Okay, so small nymphs. This guy isn't on the super small end of what we would tie for nymphs, but at the same time, it's not super large. And this has kind of all of my least favorite things in it, especially biots. You know, if you know anything about me, you know I don't like working with biots, but we'll try to make it as easy as we can for you. So go ahead, get your hook package opened, and get your materials kind of spread out. So there's going to be actually quite a few materials in this one. If you do have some UV resin, I would suggest that you go and have that ready as well, because we're going to use that at the end of this fly.
Okay, I gotta go finish off the pork butt.
All right, get busy with the
So
butt.
I'll keep my ears in if you need me scream.
Okay. All right. Gonna get all this material prepped here. So this is a classic nymph. I mean, if you know much about flies and fly fishing, the Copper John's been around for a long time. It's a great pattern. I fish it all the time in the summer. Very effective on the bow. Not even just necessarily in the colors scheme the traditional color scheme, which is kind of more the more copper color as it has it in its name. But tie it in other colors. Try it in olive. Try it in orange. Orange has worked well for me in the past too. So let's go ahead and get that bead on that hook. Now, you're going to find that that's a little bit of a tight fit to get over that barb, but it should go up and over without too much problem. But just make sure that when you get that bead started on there, you want the small hole of the bead to be what's going on the hook. Just like that. Let's get it put in the vise. And we will get ready to rock. Is that level? There we go. Okay, so like Dane said, I'm going to be tying with some UTC 70 in brown. I think this is the golden brown from UTC. Let's go ahead and start that thread just behind the bead. Now we're going to work this, lay a thread base down all the way to the edge of that hook bend, just like so. So guys, if you look at my thread right now, you can see how it looks really wide and fanned out above that hook there. So if that ever happens to you, just give your bobbin a spin and it'll, what we call cord it. It'll cord it back up for you. Kind of eliminates that little bit of widening that you don't necessarily always want. So in your kit, you're gonna see a little patch like this. And this is your biots. Okay, we've stripped them off the feather for you. I just need you to go in there and grab 2 of them. So make sure that they're 2 good ones that are of equal length. Kind of pop up a couple of them and just rip them right off the stem. Just tear them off. Should be left with a couple that are going to be kind of stuck together. What I want you to do right away is flip it over. Let's cut out that butt section. Get rid of those because we're not going to need it. Now you're going to notice that biots kind of have a natural curve to one side. So it just has a little curve at the end. We want the curves to be the top of the curve to match each other on these two so that they splay out when you tie them in. So I'm going to try to stack these here in my fingers and I'll show you what that looks like. If they'll cooperate for me. Because when we tie them in, we do want them to kind of look like they splay out so they can be a little finicky to work with. But in essence, that's what they're going to look like when they splay out. Okay, you want them to splay when you tie them in. So match up those tips so they're even. Get them stacked right on top of each other like this. And then when we tie these in, we're just going to basically come right down the hook. And we're just going to lay them at a distance that's about a half of the hook shank in length out the back. So we don't want them to be super long. We want them to be about kind of that half that hook shank in length out the back. And I'm going to lay one on either side of the hook as I kind of press it down. Now for me, I know a lot of people switch position with their hands here and grab it with the other hand. I actually prefer to come over with my bobbin just because I find that I have a little more control. I'm going to bring that over and we're just trying to keep one. Okay, so that already moved on me. We want to try to keep them right on the edge of that hook. We don't want one to kind of spin around, and it's always hardest just getting them started. So when you splay them out across the hook, you're going to come up and over, try to get them to pinch down on one side or the other. I'm going to do kind of a couple of looser wraps at first. Kind of got to work around that hook point because you're quite a ways back here. And then once you get a couple wraps in, I'm going to just take a couple more loose ones kind of up while I'm still holding the butt ends. So you can see that they've splayed out there, like so. Okay, see how they splayed? That's what we're looking for. And I'm slowly now just going to work my thread. I'm not wrapping super tight until I get away from that back end, because if I pull tight too early, it'll just flare them or it'll turn them. So once I get about halfway up the hook shank, I'm going to pinch the back with my fingers and then pull tight. And then I can just take a few more wraps forward to about where the thorax of that fly is going to be, about a bead length behind the bead itself. And I'm going to come in here and I can trim these guys out as close as I can. So at any time here, guys, if you need me, yes, sorry, Claude, I meant different wire colors. So you can definitely change up the wire colors. That's what I was referring to. So once we kind of get up here, guys, all we're going to do is get those butts nice and secured down. And then we'll bring ourselves right back to that bead again. Now let's go in and grab our wire. So it's kind of it's all banded up in a long band here. All we want to do is grab a piece of it, straighten it out. You know, a piece is 3 or 4 inches long. I'm just going to trim a piece out. It's a little easier to work with. And what we want to do is we want to come in here and slide that wire down up close to the bead. Take a gathering wrap on it. I get it started. I like to do it on the near side of the fly so I can see what I'm doing a little better. And I'm going to take that back with my thread all the way to where I tied in those biots. But you don't want to put thread wraps back over those biots, because then they're going to want to move on you again. Because even though they're secure, they can still be finicky. Then I'm going to bring my thread back forward. I'm going to throw a little half hitch in, so just that little save button we talked about last week. Just an overhand knot, just so I can get my thread out of the way and I don't have any concern about it being there. So don't forget, at any time, guys, you just got to drop an SOS in the comments. That's going to let me know that you need me to pause, or if you have a question about something, to say SOS and ask your question and we can answer it. We're not in a rush to get through these, so we want you to have success as we move forward through these. So at this point, all I got to do is palmer this forward, and I want this to be nice touching wraps. And the reason I like using that brown thread is if they're not completely touching each other, all you're going to see through it is the brown thread, which looks, again, already like the wire itself. So I'm just going to start wrapping this forward. You kind of got to work around that hook point at the start because you're pretty close to it. I don't think that wire would break on you because it's pretty sturdy. But we're just going to work this up. We're going to work it all the way up to where our thorax on this fly is going to be built. And that thorax is basically just like where the legs would be coming off and where the main meaty part of that mayfly would be, as that's what this is trying to imitate. So we're just going to take these wraps forward. We're going to leave ourselves some space for that thorax. Just going to be right about there. I'm going to lift my wire up, bring my thread back here. Now remember, anytime we're securing this material, we're going to take a wrap behind, a wrap in front, and then repeat that process. Wrap in front, wrap behind. I like to do it a couple times with wire because it's kind of a bulkier material and sometimes it likes to get a little squirrely on you. Now you can either helicopter that off, and all that means is that you just take this and you do a bunch of twists till it breaks. I prefer to use my buddy's scissors, my Dana scissors, and just trim that out. Make sure that that wire is pinched right down against the hook shank so it's not gonna get caught on anything. So if I turn it, you can see, you just kind of got to get in there with your fingernail, like I got any of those, but try to get it pushed right down against the hook shank. Okay. Now from this point, we're going to tie in a whole sequence of materials that we're then going to bring back up over top of the fly to create the thorax. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go in and grab, you got some crystal flash in here. You could use like a wider flash, you could use a crystal flash, whatever it is. This just adds a little bit of gloss at the end. So I'm just going to grab a piece, I'm going to cut a couple little pieces off of it. So I just got a couple little pieces. We don't need super long pieces to work with. Just match up those tips so they're aligned, and then we will tie those in. If they're not perfectly aligned, it's easy to fix with just a little trim of the scissor. Now I want to tie these in right behind the bead, and I can leave some extra material kind of out over front until I get it secured. So I can do like 1 or 2 wraps, and then I can pull that back, kind of slide it right to the edge of the thread. And I want these to be right up on top, and I'm going to wrap it back just kind of up on top of that last little bit of wire. Okay, I can leave those there. Bring my thread back down to the eye. Now the next thing we're going to go in is we're going to use our kind of, this is a nymph back material that we got here. You can see it. Okay, now this is a little bit wide, so what I want you to do is I want you to trim this down a little bit. It doesn't need to be quite that wide for this, and if you tie it with it too wide, it has a bit of a tendency to kind of pull the thorax and all the other materials you put in. It kind of engulfs them. So I'm just going to trim it back just a little bit with my scissors, just to make this a little bit more user-friendly. I'll kind of show you how I'm doing that there. So you can see I just thinned it out. So that's how much I thinned it out. Okay. So once I got that little bit thinned down, because you really don't actually use a whole lot of this, you're just folding it back once we're done. I'm going to come in and I'm going to place this on the near side of the fly, so towards me, so that that first wrap should carry it right up on top, just like that. Carried it right on top of the fly, and then I can always adjust it with some thread wraps to make sure that it's right up on top. And I'm going to take some thread wraps back to kind of hold it in place just where I left that flash. Take it up just a little bit onto that wire wrap, and I can leave that there. Okay. Now, the main kind of meaty part of this thorax is going to be some peacock curl. So I want you to, in your big pile of peacock curl you got here, just grab 2 strands out. You're going to go ahead and match up the tips. Yeah, trout, this is kind of a similar material, thin skin. You got it. Just like that. so many different materials to kind of get used for it. This is a little bit different than thin skin. It's not quite as thick as thin skin, ironically enough. It just kind of has a little bit of a kind of neat characteristic. So I'm going to match up those two peacock curls. Okay, they're not perfectly matched. I'll just give a little trim. We're going to tie those in, same fashion. Bring it right back to where we left our thin skin material. Okay. Now I'm going to leave my thread right up there at the front. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to palmer these two together to make the bulk of the thorax here. So I'll pull them up, and don't get shy about putting too much in, because you definitely can have a nice little bulky thorax, because they're actually going to, some of this material kind of get pinched down with the next steps. So I'm going to wrap that right forward all the way to the bead, and then I'm going to tie it off same way, thread wrap behind, thread wrap in front, right at the bead. Repeat that. Peacock curl is kind of fragile, so you really want to make sure it's locked in. We can trim out those tag ends. So now we've built the thorax. Now what we're going to do is kind of take a little bit of things in reverse now. But before we get to that point, we have to put in our legs. So how we're going to do that? You've got some feathers. I'm going to show you one style, the style that I like to do. So you got some feathers sitting in here that look something like this. Okay. Now the legs might be a little too long. You think they're too long, and that's okay, because we're actually going to be able to adjust that in just a moment. So what I want to do is I want to expose just the very tip of the feather. So I'm going to pull those back, expose just the very tip, something like that. I'm going to trim out just the very tip. Okay. And then I'm just going to pull a few fibers back forward. So you can see how I've trimmed out the tip. And now I just want a couple of fibers. You really don't need much for these legs. Like that right there is probably going to be too much. It's a little bit finicky at times, just getting just the amount that you think is going to be perfect. But sometimes it's easy if you just kind of peel some back and out of the way. That's going to be about right. Just like that. Okay? So I've kind of got this nice little V in here. Pull a couple more off that one side. You just want the sides to be as even as possible. There we go, that's better. So something like that, okay? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that V and I'm gonna lay that right on top. See, if I turn it sideways, you can see the V. I'm gonna lay that right on top by the bead, and I'm gonna kind of pinch it down right like that. Now those legs look way too long, okay? But we're gonna fix that here in a second. I like a little bit sparser legs. I think it kind of detracts from the fly if we've got too much, but what I'll do is I'm going to switch hands here. I'm going to pinch those right in place so they can't move. So now that's just hanging out in front of the bead. I'm going to take 2 thread wraps, but not tight, okay? Add one more, it's 3, okay? Now those legs are kind of hanging out like this. Now I'm going to spread them, make sure they're equal on both sides. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this thin skin material and put it right between that V in the legs, and we're going to pull it back and down. And what that should do is that should start to orient those legs so they're on either side. See, like so. Now I'm going to take again 2 loose wraps just to hold that thin skin in place. And now how I get to decide how long I want those legs, if I just pull on the stem of that feather, you can see I'm able to pull those legs back, and I want them to extend about half the way down the body. Half to 3/4 of the way. Just like that. And I just did that by the tension and then pulling on that stem. Okay, just like that. So now that I got these two here, what I want to do is I want to take a couple more thread wraps, and this time I'm going to tighten it down because I got it where I have those legs where I want them now. So I'll pull tight. I'm going to lift those materials up, take a couple of thread wraps right at the bead. And then I can actually trim out those 2 materials. Oh man, something smells real good in here. Trim that guy out. Gonna trim that thin skin out. Just like that. So if you're with me, you should be somewhere like this. Okay, we got our legs out the top, we folded back over our thin skin. Now the last thing we gotta do is bring that flash right over, and you kind of want to center it right in that along that black thin skin as well. We're gonna take a couple of wraps there, And now the last thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna whip finish this fly. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my whip finish tool, or you could use a half hitch, whatever you prefer. And I'm gonna whip finish this, and then we're gonna put some resin on it, and I'll show you how we're gonna do that. So I'm only gonna do one whip finish this time. I don't need much because I know I'm gonna cover up all these thread wraps with some UV resin. So I lock that into place, can trim out my thread. And now I'm gonna trim out that flash that's remaining out the top here. Just like that. So this is what we should be left with right now. Okay, so you can see how that flash gives a nice flashback to that thorax. Looks really nice, good looking bug. Now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use some Bone Dry by Solarez, so my UV Cure resin. And when I'm doing this, I wanna have my light ready because as soon as I get this in the position I want it, I need to cure it. So first time I'm gonna come in, I'm just gonna be placing a very light layer on top just to kind of cover things up. And then the next one I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a little bit more on top just to kind of create this like bubble look, almost like an air bubble on top of this nymph, right where that thorax would be. I'm gonna come in like this, and I'm gonna cure it. Right there. Should extend just out over top of the bead and back to the back of the thorax. And that's gonna lock those legs in place, it's gonna lock that, that flashback and the thin skin all in place so it can't move. So, hopefully, when you're done, it looks something like that. And that is our Copper John. Yeah, a little bit of Resina Cam, never hurt anybody.
Wait. Wait, I have a purpose.
You have a purpose.
No, it's just cooking.
Get it out there, come on.
Oh, do it again. Maybe needs. Oh,
there
it
she
is.
is.
There it is, folks. That's
She likes the
Resina.
spotlight.
She loves the blue light.
There she goes.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
She's been around for some time.
She has done wonders for the show.
Yeah, she has.
She's brought some controversy.
She has done that too. And there you have it, guys. That is your Copper John. Not so bad that time, actually. Very good.
Yeah, that was your best one of the 500 today. Well done, Tim.
If you think this is the first one I've tied in a while,
Well done.
you're wrong.
In a while. Oops. There it was, in
There you
character. Oh, so had a bit of things, a few things go south on the upstairs.
On the upstairs? What happened?
It wasn't, it was like, what it was like, show everybody, grab them, show them what it is, because what I had planned for you, this isn't it. But I had to adapt, and I had to change course because
Oh my gosh, look at this.
we didn't have any, butter.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
So right before I brought that down, what I did, I want you guys to see this last poke. The last poke of the baking and smoking cam, and that is a pork shoulder. And it's so easy that is literally salt and pepper. And it was about, 4, 5, 6 hours in the smoker. Then it wrapped for about 2 hours and let it rest for a couple hours. And then we got this.
Just like that. Shabam.
Almost this. Stir a little barbecue sauce. Freezer Brothers makes zero barbecue sauce. There we go.
Just like that.
That's how we do it. That's
Yummy,
how we
yummy.
do it. And that's how we do it.
That's how it's done. I can't take any credit for that, but that is
Well, you
delicious.
can. You were working hard today while I was hardly working. All right, so I missed all the comments, and but I heard you. I heard you tying. I knew where you were. I was rushing.
Nice.
I was panicking. The butter was gone. What I typically make with this is a grilled pulled pork and cheese on Freezing Brothers sourdough bread.
Sourdough.
I'm telling you, friend, had the butter not been gone, I was mad. I threw a few things upstairs. There's a few holes in the walls. Multiple walls got holes because the butter was gone. And
Why is the butter always gone?
fat and sweaty, just like Trout's ex-wife.
Oh.
Second wife. She was the fat and sweaty one.
Oh, she's not the one that's still in the
That's how it
freezer?
is. Try a burgundy wire. They are deadly in Colorado. That's true. And a chartreuse wire and a red wire and a
red, yes.
purple wire.
Can't
Deadly.
go wrong. So deadly.
So don't be afraid to try new things like, the thin skin, the not so thin skin stuff that Tim was showing you guys. Actually, what that is out of an old cassette tape. And so that works just like thin skin. Be creative in your fly time materials because we are.
Yeah, it actually works really well.
All right.
That's good.
So, we're on a roll. Do you want to tie again, or should we do FLYINGO? Should we try eating the good stuff there?
We could do FLYINGO and eat at the same time.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing because as we wait for you guys, anyways, Craft Beer Nation has supplied us with our beverages this evening, and this one is called the Big Wave Golden Ale Kona Brewing Company. Mahalo for drinking responsibly. They're from apparently Fort Collins, Colorado. They're from all over the place, so they might just be not so crafty, but still crafty. There's a government warning here, and we won't read that.
Just ignore it.
What they consider this to be is liquid aloha, and you can find that. Oh, Tim, come on, give me something.
Oh man, what do you?
Tim, hurry, Tim. I brought a bunch of napkins for my beard, but wow, it's better.
I didn't know how long it would take for me to shake that and then have a return on my
Did you
investment.
shake it?
I'm not gonna say that I did.
That's
I'm
like
just
an
saying.
aloha in a can. They're super excited to see me. Why would that do that? Craft Beer Nation. I didn't do anything. I just opened it. Happy to see me?
It's the beer gods.
Remember last year that happened and the table and the desk
man.
was so small that
Went everywhere.
oh, we got a disaster here, folks. But I'll let you know how it tastes.
Joe said they got sued for not actually brewing in Hawaii.
Really?
Well, let's see if it's better than your lukewarm. other beer.
It's nothing. Well, that's all that I got left is like an eighth of a cup. That might need some more. So, if you're in the area and you want to stop by with some paper towels or some undetalettes,
If you're in Oman, that just means Kleenex.
yes,
We could
tissue.
revolutionize it. We could.
So this paper towel stuff, the quicker picker upper, yeah, it hasn't made it over its way to Oman. They just use tissue, and so everything was tissue.
It's so true.
So that's how that went.
So weird.
It's gonna be over there. I'm gonna see. Like, I'm gonna put this to a test. I don't think I got it
cleaned
all.
up pretty good.
I don't think I got it all. Garbage can's over by you. Can't touch the keys, folks. Can't touch this.
You know what they say.
I don't know where I'm gonna get more of that. Except I do. Because we'll take commercials. We got lots of tactics. I gotta try this first. Dave said it's because you said they aren't crafty.
Crafty.
Well,
I told you, beer gods.
I said they're not so crafty craft beer. Let me try it.
All right, let's
and
see.
then I'll have some redemption. I think it's flat by now.
Probably not.
Aloha Wave. Kona. Big Wave. Golden
Wave.
Ale. Kona Brewing Company. I like that.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
like that. That actually tastes like a big wave.
Like a big salty or what?
No, but refreshing. And it was like, it like rolled over my tongue
Go on.
No. Up the rim to win. That's kind of how this went down. Smooth.
Nice.
Smooth. Really good,
Smooth.
actually. And there's a really interesting aftertaste. It kind of tastes like the bamboo forest of the Kona Big Island.
Huh.
Been there.
Interesting. I don't know how
Haven't
it
been
wasn't
there.
brewed there.
I can't tell.
Oh, man. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying that one.
Now, on second hit,
Yeah, it tastes like the whitewash of the wave.
it's actually interesting. And Dave talked to me about this one, but that one has a bit of like it has like a nail polish finish. Like
What does that mean?
Yeah, I take that back. It tastes like tequila. I don't know. I'm really bad at this. Take this away from me.
The worst beer.
Okay,
reviewer out
folks,
there.
we got FLYINGO coming up, so you're gonna need to get your FLYINGO cards, which I believe are right there. You all know how to do it, so get your FLYINGO cards. Get them ready. We're gonna say thanks to our sponsors again because they rock and they make this thing roll. And we'll be right back with FLYINGO and the bingo and the doors of doom.
Let's go.
I saw some people might have bought Captain Clutch tickets.
Oh,
stickers.
well, they must be
I
hoping
gotta
to
check
win.
who those are.
All right, let's find
See
out.
if they're going down. At the pinnacle of every climb, when victory meets hunger, there's one companion climbers trust. Morning View Mercantile, crafting meals for the summit. Experience culinary excellence where the air is thin. Witness the power of gourmet at altitude. Within minutes, taste meets triumph. Indulge in the flavors of success. Morning View Mercantile, your partner in conquering summits, your reward at the top. Morning View Mercantile, where elevation meets flavor.
Fishing was great. I caught a rainbow, which was incredibly fun. Watching that thing jump out of the water, super exciting.
There you go, you're on. Good job. It's okay. If he's gonna buck, let him buck. he's gonna go
I
for.
dropped my fly line for a minute, scared myself.
That's awesome, yeah. So rainbow trout.
Wow.
So, yeah, crazy to see them up this high.
Oh, yeah. So
yes.
on the break, thank you so much for that, Mateus Sept. Flattery.
It is a letter.
That is for your snackadoodle. Why did I give you two? I need two. 1, 2, 2. All right, folks. I'm just going to head over here, get this bingo game sorted because there's new people. There's new people making this happen. So, all right. This one's good. We're still good. This one, I didn't screw up. Lots of people playing bingo. So let me see. We are on what? Episode 4. Haven't called any on that. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So it's going to come up quickly here. We're going to start snackadoodling on our. Where is it? Where is FLYINGO? Where is it? Right
It's
there.
coming.
Right there.
There she is. Oh. One line anywhere.
Similar to last week.
Yeah.
So similar, it's exact same.
It's exactly the same. Well, what that means, folks, is any line, anywhere. You get all cross and diagonal, whatever it is, up, down, don't matter. The only thing that matters is when you get it, you have to call bingo, and you also have to give us which call it was on and give us your bingo ID. Now, I don't know why that's so hard to get in the same comment, but I want to see all three.
This. Bingo, call 3, ID 19000 or whatever it is. So we're going to try these out. The pulled pork. It came to you guys live from the baking cam. All right, we can't see that one, so everyone's probably complaining, and I didn't read the note. Okay, so let's go like this.
I don't know how to eat this.
I don't know. Oh, let's go like one isn't working. All right, folks. I'm gonna go like this.
Oh, man.
Tim, I'm going to get lynched here because call 4. Let's go call 5.
Oh, man, that is so good.
So I don't know why this does this again. It's just not big. The screen just doesn't want to be big enough. There it is. There it is. And the Chimera. Okay, so because some people get the call on call 4 and they know.
Oh, man. That is so good.
Yeah, well, why don't you give your review on Big Wave?
I unfortunately will have to agree with Dana. It has a slightly Sally Hansen's hard as nails finish. It's interesting because it goes in smooth. It's the after.
I wasn't off by saying it tastes like.
That's why I said some Sally Hansen hard as nails.
Oh, right. Check it out. Bingo. Look at this. Jeff,
are you kidding me?
Isn't that epic?
Jeff, you for real? Come on back, buddy.
Jeff, who was here. I hope this is true. Keeps the cost down with logistics. We've been to the brewery in Kona. Worth going if they're there and have pizza shop. So maybe it's in the canning that turns it into acetone. All right. We're just telling the truth over here, and not all opinions are our own.
We are the worst.
Wait. All opinions are our own.
There are.
Okay, so Jeff gets bingo.
You know what they say.
Jeff gets bingo. Guys, you're going to think this is rigged.
He was here earlier. Should have taken time with him.
Yeah, well, I got to figure out. Does it thicken up with the UV light? Well, put it in the microwave, Claude, and let us know. Okay, Jeff, your bingo. Look at Eddie listens. Bingo call 5, ID 075, so on 5. So
you are a gem, just for writing it like that.
Yep. You should just take him right to the not wizard. All right. Oh, that's 076, 075. And we're going to view the card. Everybody views it together, straight down the pipe.
Oh, just like that.
Cross to cross, down the diag. Someone asked how much I've had to drink. I've had 1 beer. Like, you can't have fun and...
There was a little tequila, too.
Well, yeah, but that's tradition. Doesn't count. And I had half of an ethane bottle here. All right, Jeff. That's so epic. That's so good. And everybody's going to think it was rigged. But it wasn't. And it's karma.
Yeah.
Good dude comes to the studio. We told him, you know, we made sure we checked his card and said, we'll do this call sequence so you win.
I'm sorry, I just can't stop eating this thing.
Is it good?
It's so, you have no.
I know, because I'm afraid to get into here because it's like,
man.
it's like,
oh no. You know what this means.
You should have bought your Captain Clutch sticker.
Yes, you should have done things that you've never done before. Oh, Jeffrey can't. Jeffrey can't. That's his new name. If you don't win today, the answer is Jeffrey can't. Jeffrey, tell us, tell us, Jeffrey. Jeff, what do you want us to reveal? I remember telling you earlier, I don't remember what I put behind the doors. So you can't even read into my eyes and try to figure it out. You just simply have to take a wild guess.
Nobody knows.
Pretty soon, I'm gonna eat this while Jeff is over there scratching his balls, trying to figure out which door.
Gotta give us an answer, Jeffy boy. Let's see it. The doors have changed, so it's not the same as last week. Andy thought it was the same as last week.
Wow.
That's so good, right?
Yeah, I wonder if it goes with methane.
Good combo.
I don't even care if I lose.
Pork.
That
You're not
is
gonna
so
lose.
good.
So
Jeff.
good.
Jeff has spoken, Tim, Wizard Captain. Whatever persona you are right now, Jeff has spoken.
He's thinking it's a lucky
Jeff.
number 7.
Well, folks, what we're gonna do is after Jeffrey finds out that his new name is Jeffrey Can't win, can't beat the... I don't know yet. I have to reveal.
You gotta find out
Door number
first.
7. Pull pork on my microphone here.
Don't wanna do
I
that.
really want to take another drink of this, but I'll give it a 4 shot. Nope. Wow. It's breathing hot. It's not golden ale. It's
Here,
all right.
just give me a
All
blow.
right. Yeah, you'll light me on fire. I'd be like the wizard's drag. Okay. Everything's all fun and games
Let's see
until
it.
Jeff gets number 7 revealed. Here we go, Jeff. I'm just trying to find number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They're labeled.
Right there, 7. Does he want 7? All right,
He wants
here
7.
goes. Here goes. And opening door number 7.
Next time, Jeff can't.
I think the door that I remember is the winner.
Is what?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Just saved $20 on shipping. Gonna have to build another
man.
studio for all the prizes.
I know, just for storing. Oh my gosh. Whoever wins this package is getting loaded.
Oh, Jeff. Oh, there's so many other good things. There's very few next times in there.
Yeah, it's true.
Jeff. Oh, sometimes even the wizard has a heart of gold and wishes that you would have chosen number 3. Oh, the wizard wins again.
He's
I
good
don't
at
know why
that.
I'm laughing like that because, truth be told, it's not funny. There's a guy tonight who will go to bed very sad
Yeah.
after drinking ethanol. This stuff. I gotta go get another beer from the fridge.
You gotta let me choose.
All right, folks, let's tie some flies.
Let's do it.
Alrighty then. Let's get on to the next fly. So, this is not it. Let's get that one out of there. Ooh, a nice ting. We are tying up the CDC Ant. And I know you guys are gonna enjoy this one because I certainly did. As you know, these little terrestrials go, sometimes they can be a little finicky, can be a little tough to tie, but I think this one is a super simple pattern and doesn't really require a whole lot of techniques or anything. So what I want you to do is get out those materials, get them in your little dish if you got one, separate them out, get a hook in the vise.
Good.
That's so good, hey? Oh man, I know. It's unreal. Okay, so this is about a size 14 ant, so not a super small one by any means, but I think it's a good fit as far as size is concerned. Could maybe cross into that beetle territory as well, as far as what it might look like on the water. But either way, what I do know is it works. If I can get into this bag of materials. So the first thing we're gonna kind of work on is getting our foam set and kind of trim down, because this foam is a little bit wide for what we want. The strip that we gave you looks like this, okay? We definitely need to take a little bit of width off of that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim some off, and then I'm gonna show you how much of that I trim so you have an idea of what you should be trimming off. Because this will be a little too wide for this pattern. That's still a smidge too much. But we'll trim it back. So that's how much I've taken off. Okay, so we're gonna use that little bit thicker side there.
Question of thread.
Oh yes, the thread is gonna be the same.
Same thread.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm gonna use that UTC 70 in that golden brown color. It's a really good color for this pattern. And there you go. Just trimmed it down about that much. We'll use that piece there. Okay. So once we got that little bit of foam trimmed, I want you to come up to the tip. All we're gonna do is we're gonna trim a little bit of a point into it. It's gonna aid with the tying in portion of this foam right at the start, like so. Okay. And then what I'm doing, I'm just gonna set that foam aside for a second. Let's get our thread out. I'm gonna start this thread just behind the eye. We're gonna work a nice thread layer all the way down so we've got something that's a little easier for that foam to bind to. I'm gonna get down to that hook bend. We can trim out our tag end. Now, working with this 70 denier and foam, we have to be careful that we don't cut the foam. So it is a little bit thinner thread. So when we first start working with this, just be careful. We don't want to pull too hard right at the start. We kind of got to get it started first. So I'm going to bring this point in at the back of the fly. I'm going to kind of, again, like we did with that that nymph back material, we left it kind of towards ourselves. Then when we take that first wrap, it should carry it up on top of the hook. So you can see how it pulls it around. So I'll do that again. We just got to stop it from going all the way. So it pulls it up just like that. And I'm gonna take a couple of good securing wraps down, and I'm actually taking that a little ways down into the bend with those wraps, okay? And then these aren't super tight wraps, they're just wraps that are kind of cinching that foam down. So I'm gonna do this here like this, and that's what we should be left with to start, okay? Now, if you look into the rest of your materials, you're gonna have a hackle in there, you're gonna have some plumes of CDC, look like this, and then you're gonna have probably the largest bunch of dubbing you've ever seen for this pattern. Probably tie about 200 of these out of this. There's a lot of dubbing here, so I have lots to work with. But we're gonna make a short little dubbing noodle. So I'm gonna take some of that dubbing off, okay? I'm gonna kind of spread it out a little bit, and then I'm gonna make my dubbing noodle. So we've done lots of these in the past, but we're gonna place that dubbing right on the thread, and we're gonna spin our fingers in one motion in the same direction. So like this, we don't wanna go back and forth. Okay, we want to go one direction, choose your direction, and we're gonna get that on there. Okay, so this is gonna build up some of the bulk in the body.
So wait, I used to have a sound for that.
What's that? For something I said?
All right, so
One
Oh, very nice.
Direction.
One Direction. Yes.
The last time I played it, it crashed our
I was
show.
like, I'm super confused here. So we want to start off with that dubbing right down at the base there. Kind of work around that hook point so you don't get any of that dubbing trapped. And we're going to work forward a little ways. But we're only going to work out as far as basically the point of the hook. So you see the point of the hook? This is going to be the rear portion of the body, which needs to be bigger than the front head portion. And I'm just going to kind of bulk that up with some thread wraps. And then I'm going to end with my thread right at the point. Okay, so this is going to be the rear body section of this fly. Now at this point, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab that foam, I'm gonna pull it forward, kind of stretch it out over top. I'm gonna take a couple of wraps right where I left my thread, and I'm just gonna let the weight of the bobbin hold it, okay? Like so. Then I'm gonna come in there with my fingers, and I make sure that that foam can't spin, and I'm just gonna give a little tug down, make sure that that's locked into place. Okay, so we should be left with something that looks like that. Then I'm gonna lift up that foam, I'm gonna run my thread all the way forward to the eye of the hook. I'm gonna leave it right there. Then all I gotta do is push that foam against the hook, pull it down, come up and over again with 2 light wraps right at the eye. And once I've kind of got that cinched a bit, then I'm just gonna pinch that foam and pull down.
All right, a good spot to hold on, lock down. Only because we're trying to let you guys catch up.
Yes.
And I switched to a little bit of a pellet refresher.
You pussy.
What?
You heard me.
I just don't know if your mom did.
Sorry, Mom. Well, I'm still enjoying my Switch Point honey cream ale over here.
Yeah. Sometimes. I don't know. Anyone else have tried this Kona Brewing? So anyways, somebody wants to know how you know what Sally Hansen tastes like.
You know.
Eric said you dated her in high school.
They dated in high school. Oh my gosh.
Oh, good times, good times. So everybody caught up. Do you need some more time to hold out? Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. Are you guys caught up? Do you need more time? What's happening? You got your thread tied into the top of your...
Paul says if I heard it, Mom heard it as well.
Yes, you did. Yes, the pepper, the soap, and the hot sauce.
Oh, gosh.
Well, for Tim, folks, you just need to do hot sauce.
Oh, that's it.
That's the poison.
That is poison for me.
All
Okay,
right,
guys.
All right, we ready to
Feeling
go?
good?
We ready to go, everybody? Dan, you ready to go?
All right. So from here now, all we need to do is compress all that foam that's in the middle section there. So all I'm going to do is kind of run some little bit loose wraps at first back, and then get a little tighter as I come back again. And then the next time over, I want to make sure all of that foam is cinched down. Just like that, make sure it's all covered up. Then we're gonna bring our thread right back up behind where we left the foam in the front. And we're gonna grab just a little piece of dubbing this time. This is gonna be the head portion of the ant, and we really don't need a whole lot here. So we're gonna do that same dubbing noodle. Okay, we're just gonna spin some dubbing on our thread. Isn't gonna take a whole lot.
Which way?
Always in the same direction.
In which direction?
One direction. There you go. Feel better now?
Oh, do I ever?
Okay, so from here, we're just gonna do a nice little small, kind of roundish shaped head. Okay, nice and short and sweet, just like that. So we just wanna make sure that it's a little smaller than that back portion is really what we're looking for here, okay? Now from here, all we're gonna do is pull that foam back again, kind of noticing a trend here, hey? We're just gonna kind of pull it back, make this next little head portion, so gonna couple wraps. I'm already holding the foam so I can drive those wraps a little further in, add a few more to kind of tighten it up. Make sure it's good and tight. And I'm gonna lift this piece of foam up, and I'm gonna cut it off as close as I can. Just like that. You can set that aside for your next try at this fly. And then I just need to compress that little bit of foam down, that little tag end there that I had. Okay, so now we're gonna enter into the last couple materials that we got for this fly. I'm gonna start off by grabbing one of those CDC plumes we talked about.
Question for the quiz. What does CDC stand for? Just wait. Something to think about.
Something to think about. What does it stand for?
What does it stand for?
So all I've done is run my fingers down and kind of found the tips, pulled them together. Now we're gonna measure this CDC to hang. It's gonna hang quite vertical, but we just want it to hang off the back a little ways. So that might be a little bit long, something right in there. We just want this to be super visible. This is meant to look like a couple things. One, it's meant to look like the wings on a flying ant. And secondly, it's pretty much the only thing on this fly you're actually going to be able to see in the water. So you want it to stand up, look proud, be a little longer back behind the body.
It's going to look like fantastic wings. And also when that stuff touches the water, it floats and it helps it keep the fly above. The question was, can you put an orange cider foam on top so you can see it? You can.
You can for sure.
But
this is going to kind of...
It might be tough to do because this fly...
Claude's got it.
You just need to sit your...
Col de Canard.
Okay, so
also
I just want to know...
duck butthole.
Some of
it's true.
Some of the questions were, what does CDC stand for?
Right there. Col de Canard.
I know, but I just want to read you some of my answers. The first one is, on the quiz, Cam doesn't count. That's what CDC stands for.
Cam doesn't count.
The next one was careful duck collections. The third one was chronic diarrhea condition. Sometimes on early stonefly floats, guides get CDC. Yeah. And the fourth and final one, which is correct, is coup de canard. The butt of the duck is where the duck produces this feather. That's all I had to say. Just so you guys can't say you didn't hear it here first.
There you go. Okay, so we've just tied in that piece of CDC feather. I'm gonna take a couple wraps down to fill in that gap a little bit, and then I'm just gonna trim that guy out. Right there. Just like so. Put a couple more wraps to cover it up. And now the last piece of the puzzle is our hackle. So you got a nice long...
Is there any chance you have any more dubbing to put on?
I got just a bit.
Your hair, that's another wig.
Oh, yeah, it's true. How dare you make fun of my hair. So you got this nice long feather. What I want you to do is go find the butt end. Okay, so not the tip, but the butt end. We're gonna peel back a few of those barbs to expose the stem. Okay, because that's what we're gonna tie in. I need you to find the underside of the feather. Okay, so you're gonna be able to tell because one side's dull, one side's shiny, and we definitely want the shiny's gonna be up top and the dull is gonna be underneath. So once you find that, we want that to be pointed back down the fly. All we're gonna do is come in here, lay our stem across our tie-in point. Gonna get a wrap on this side of it, really lock that down, and then take a few wraps forward just to make sure that that's really locked in, and then we can go in there and trim out that rest of that stem. Like that. Then we're gonna take our thread right up behind that foam, and that's where it's gonna stay until the fly is complete. Now all I gotta do is I just gotta wrap this hackle forward, and we're gonna get somewhere in that 4 to 5 turns. We like lots of hackle on this. We're gonna do a little trimming of the hackle, but this is what's gonna help the fly float. Because although it is made out of foam, it still isn't a ton of
How
foam.
many directions do you wrap the hackle in?
Oh my gosh. Just one direction.
That's what makes you beautiful.
Like,
Mining of the North is just joining us. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
you're such a child. I love it. Okay, once I get up to that foam, all I gotta do is wiggle that thread through. You are gonna end up trapping a few of those barbs from the feather. Don't worry about that, we'll trim them out at the end. Behind and front as always. We're gonna secure that down so it can't go anywhere. Make sure it's good and locked in. And I am gonna whip finish this before I cut that out just to make sure that I got it in place.
Yeah, and a great thing Trout Maharishi said is it's always fishing this behind a hopper. So, guys, hopper dropper is one thing, but hopper, dry fly, tag, double dry fly don't negate the fact that a hopper will help you see us fly this small. Yeah. It's going to give you the vicinity, and it is an extremely effective tactic if you can't see your fly. We do it all the time with clients.
Yeah, and this is a very difficult fly to see if it's all by itself. So there we go. We got that hackle in, whip finished off.
Trevor thinks my One Direction's going to get us shut down. It might. It might
possible.
get us a copyright strike. But at this point, I say...
If you've got any of those
That's what makes
barbs,
you beautiful.
at this point I say, you know what they say.
Show's almost over.
Oh man. Okay, so all we're gonna do now here, guys, is we're gonna, so that this fly will sit properly in the water, we don't want that hackle to be too long on the bottom. So we're gonna trim that hackle down so that it's no longer than the actual hook point. So come in with your scissors, start trimming, trim out to the edges a little bit. If you've got a rotary vise, it's a great time to put it to work just so you can kind of see around. Make sure you don't have anything hanging down too low. If you have any little fibers that are kind of caught up anywhere, I got a couple right here, we'll trim those out. And there you got it. That is your CDC ant. And that is an effective little bug, this guy.
Look at Trevor is all brave now. He's like, keep going, see what happens. That's your CDC Foam Ant.
There it is, guys. That is a keeper, I promise. And if you want to get real geeky on it, you can do like the red ant. So you'll do like a red portion and a black portion. This is kind of more the cinnamon ant, but yeah, this is a deadly little bug. All right. Back
all
to
right.
the
That's
smooth
what I say. All
sultry
right.
sound.
So I'm going to give about 30 seconds in the comments here. Before I do that, I hate talking when I'm just nowhere to be seen. That pulled pork sandwich was absolutely next level, and I'm
You
washing
dummy
it down with a Diet Coke. Did I dummy it?
Yeah.
Yeah, why didn't you dummy yours?
Well, because I was busy. You told me I had to tie.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give you time to dummy this
All right.
because my new haircut is just strapping.
You got to come up with a good Guides Corner idea so that we can.
That's what I'm doing. That's what
Is
I'm
that what you're doing?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, see, we think alike. I'm a child and you're my dad. Always tell me what to do. So, Guides Corner, if you haven't been here last year, because we haven't done this year, but I think it's about a scene that lasts for about 2.5 minutes, and I get a rant about something, hopefully more so in the fishing industry area. So I will put about 30 seconds on the screen in my head because I don't have a way to do it right now.
30 seconds on the screen in my head.
You know what?
What?
As soon as this music bed ends, I will pick a comment here for something for me to rant about.
All right, get it, drop it, pop it, lock it.
Drop it as soon as this ends. As soon as this is over, I don't know, it might be 20 seconds, it might be 15 seconds, but essentially, it's not going to last forever.
Not even one idea.
No ideas. Looks like Guides Corner is just going to be me and all me.
Means
And
I gotta
my
come up with
ideas.
it.
It's
Uh-oh.
coming to an end. No ideas for the Guides Corner.
Wow, that's awful, guys. You're supposed to participate.
What's all this? What's all this? Puppy love.
That's what
we're
makes you
talking
beautiful.
about. Tell me about that beer. Travis, you're trying to set me up to lose Dave as a friend for life.
You can
And
blame me. I picked him.
not. You did?
Well,
I thought Dave picked him for us.
I played a heavy hand. Sorry.
Well, the price of the new flagship single-handers. Well,
Ugh.
I don't know a lot about single-handers and the cost of those.
What are you talking about?
Stupid closures. Talk to me more about. I need a whip finish tutorial. Good hell, I suck. Well, Tim, why don't you give him a whip finish tutorial since we're here?
That we can do. Let's do it.
All right, get a bare hook.
Right here.
We call this extra time.
Extra
'Cause
time.
there's
with
always
Tim.
extra time for us to hang out with you. I don't know why I took myself off the screen. I could still be here too. Look at that. Look at him rapidy rap. Didn't we do that last time? I talked my way through a fly.
Yeah, talk your way through my whip finish.
Okay, all right. All right, Mr. Alstrom, what you're going to do is you're going to take the top of your hook, you're going to stab down, and then you're going to wrap around the bottom, and then you see that whip finish tool, it twists in your hands. It's super important if you don't know the number 4. You're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, And you're going to make that look, no, you're going way too fast, Tim. I do not recommend going that fast. So to redo this, you're going to take your whip finish tool and you're going to stab it down. Make sure you're in camera sight here, Tim. Yeah, well, maybe we'll do this. Maybe we'll go like this. Zoom, Tim. Nope. That's no better. We'll go back here. Okay, so wait, stab down. Pull it around the back. You got it like that? And then your thing flips. And then you're going to have a 4. You see the number 4 there? So it's coming from the bottom up. So lift up that thread, right? And now you're going to wrap around, and around. And you can see it's making nice gathering wraps. You're going to pop the back off. You're going to pull up with your bobbin, and you're going to slip it off the gooseneck. All right. And that's what you're left with. So,
looks so good.
Nobody's given me full disclosure. I'm pretty sure I put the big wave in the flat. See? So Dave's taking credit for that. Folks, we are going to get to the best part of the night. If you're just tuning in, well, you just tuned in at the wrong time because you missed FLYINGO. And Jeff lost. The Wizard won. So the good things are happening. So what about fishing up top early season? I like foam in April. Well, then fish foam in April. If you like catching fish, don't fish foam in April. What's your thoughts on a guide not supplying flies? Oh, there we go. I like it. Hit me up, Roger.
All right. It's time.
Wish I had a more upbeat
for Guides Corner.
All right. 2 hours and 44 minutes to talk about this. So what we do on Guides Corner is BS for about 40 seconds because I only need 2 minutes to talk about something like this in Roger's situation. So as a guide, you never know the flies that you're going to need. So how could you expect somebody to show up? Or I think at a lot of fly shops, they say, hey, why don't you pick out a dozen flies that we recommend for you? And then going throughout the day, you don't even use those flies. So it's kind of a moneymaker, in my opinion. So what do? We include all of that in the cost of your trip. And the cost of our trip is the same as cost as the other guys. So some people advertise the cost of their trip the same as ours. But if you want the same service, they charge you another $100, $150 because, if you want to include flies, you're going to pay for those flies. Some days I've lost no flies. Some days I've lost 20 flies. But in a guide season, span that over 100 trips, give or take 30 to 50. It's all going to work itself out. I think that the service of giving, I just don't want somebody to fear losing a fly, to be honest. And so I think it's kind of chintzy is exactly what it is. It's kind of chintzy. So I highly recommend wherever you go, you suggest to your guide that they include the flies, or you ask, because a lot of people don't know that that's not even an option to not include flies or to include flies. So you show up on our boat at Fly Fishing Boat Over Outfitters, and basically you bring sunglasses and a hat. And if you forget those, we probably got extra. And you just got to show up with a smile on your face, and we'll take care of the rest. Because we don't want you to stress about things like losing your flies and whatever. There's no upcharges. It's just the same cost to do the trip. Whether you bring all your gear or you bring no gear. So, to conclude, with 50 seconds left, Roger, I think it's chintzy. I think it's really chintzy. And maybe it's industry standard in some places. I know a few people up here do that, but not us. Because I think it's a part of customer service. And like we always say, and you say, and everyone's going to say here in about 20 minutes, is love people, catch fish. And if that's your MO, you're going to include flies and leaders. I finished ahead of schedule. So we'll say thanks to our sponsors with 15 seconds left. And we'll come back and share our wins with you guys. We're 7 minutes early.
Crazy.
And that's another episode of Guides Corner. At the pinnacle of every climb, when victory meets hunger, there's one companion climbers trust. Morning View Mercantile, crafting meals for the summit. Experience culinary excellence where the air is thin. Witness the power of gourmet at altitude. Within minutes, taste meets triumph. Indulge in the flavors of success. Morning View Mercantile, your partner in conquering summits, your reward at the top. Morning View Mercantile, where elevation meets flavor.
Fishing was great. I caught a rainbow, which was incredibly fun. Watching that thing jump out of the water, super exciting.
There you go, you're on. Good job. It's okay. If he's gonna buck, let him buck. he's gonna go
I
for.
dropped my fly line for a minute, scared myself.
That's awesome, yeah. So rainbow trout.
Wow.
So, yeah, crazy to see them up this high.
Yeah. No one on the couch will take that off. Tim Hepworth. That's just because last time things got a little wonky. And we're keeping you guys on your toes.
Yeah, I got to do that once in a while.
The way it goes. Well, I think the show went pretty good.
Yeah.
For all things. For this to be the only scene that didn't work.
Yes.
For that to be the only scene that didn't work. It all went pretty good. So question was, what does OQP stand for?
Only
that, my friends.
Quality.
Only quality people.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's kind of a motto in your life, our life, to hang out with. Only quality people. Make it a mantra of yourself. That's what we do. And this, the TNL fam, is full of only quality people. And in this segment, the final segment of the show, Thursday Night Live, Season 6, Episode 4. And I'm sure Barry will type in the comments how many episodes that is, over 100.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Definitely over 100.
We need like a ticker somewhere. Yeah. Oh, we have Barry. We have the mayor who's
us.
hanging out down at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. So what do we do in this segment? Well, WIN stands for what's important now.
Yeah. And that doesn't have to necessarily mean something incredible that's going on in your life. Could be thankful for the fact that you woke up breathing today, and it could be something tough that's going on in your life, because that is important.
Share.
Yeah.
So what we do is Tim shares, I share, and then you guys share, and then we share your shares, and they get put up on the screen. I'll show you how that works. So it looks like this. Boom. Your comment goes right up there. Did you know that we could do that? Well, now you do.
Just like
that. We'll share, then you guys share, and like I said, we'll share them up there.
109 episodes.
109.
109.
109, folks. We're at 109. That's a lot.
Crazy. Okay, well,
This
I guess
Diet
I will,
Coke is Lovely. Rinsing down Sally Hansen.
Okay, guys. Well, I'll start us off tonight. So don't forget, though, drop your wins in the comments. We are going to read through them. It's important to share these with each other. This is our fly fishing Bow River family, Thursday Night Live family. We want to, we just want to share in your wins and whatever they might be. So for me, I've got actually a couple today. Nothing super significant, but significant
it's what's
for me.
important now is what matters.
It's important
Tim.
for me right now. So some of you kind of know my story for the last couple of years, but I'm actually transferring over from
Transitioning.
That's what I'm looking for. Out of my. Oh, it is a transition.
Yeah, I guess.
That's actually the word I was looking for. I'm transitioning out of my medical career, and I'm kind of working hopefully into a fire position now. So I applied for Calgary Fire. I got through the first stage, which was really exciting for me. Got that news this week. So a long ways to go still, but really hopeful that I can start a new career and something that still allows me to guide in the summers and kind of still have my freedom to do the things I love like this. So Lord willing, that's how that's going to turn. And my second win for the night is I got to see my parents today. I haven't seen them in too long. It's been like a month, so it wasn't long. It was kind of brief. Just got to pop in and say hi and give them a hug, and I don't know, just cherish those people in your life, right? Because you want them to be in your lives every day, and then you grow up and you move out and you don't get to see them every day. So just take advantage of those little moments, because those ones are every bit as important. Choose the people you love.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So we got a first-time watcher here, Ray Heath. And Ray, we're super pumped that you're here with us. So welcome, and we hope you join us every single Thursday. So what you kind of walked into is at the end of the show here, we've just had a couple flies, and now we're sharing our wins. What's important now? So we'll share, and then you share, and then we'll put your comments up on the screen there so that everybody can see. Whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, there's a couple platforms that this is streaming to, and we can cross-platform share, so no need to feel like you're missing out if you're not on the platform that other people are on. It's YouTube, Facebook, where it's at. All right, so what's important now? Well, the fact that I'm really weirdly sore today. I did not think this would happen. Janine and I, like we talked about at the start of the show, yesterday was the 1 year anniversary of her dad passing away. And so we were trying to figure out what to do. And so I think there's a lot of society. Sometimes in my wins, I give a bit of a lecture. So here we go. So there's some societal norms about birthdays, about death anniversaries, about what you should do, what you should feel. And a lot of that comes from nowadays social media. So do you feel pressure that you're supposed to do something a certain way? Probably. You probably do. So I think Janine walked through that a bit, and it's kind of just wondering, like, how do you feel? What do you do? You do something? Do you not do anything? What is a 1 year? I guess, I don't know if people call it a death anniversary, but it's kind of what it is. So what we decided to do was do something for ourselves and just get outside. Her dad loved being outside. He was a huge snowmobiler back home in Newfoundland, and he loved his quadding. And so every time that Janine and I would go climbing in the winters, we would always FaceTime him from the top if we had service, and he really liked to see that. So we just went and decided to do something like that together yesterday. And I kind of convinced her to get up early so that we could go try to catch the sunrise. Well, it's about a 2-hour drive, so we were probably like 30 minutes, to which she'll say we weren't late at all. We were just exactly perfect where we need to be. But so as we're climbing, the sun is coming up, and it's just unbelievably beautiful. And what a time of day to be standing on the side of a mountain. It's just phenomenal. If you ever get the chance to do that, I highly recommend it. And I've always been infatuated with sun up, sundown, whether it's 4 a.m. on the water in the summer, like absolute favorite time to be out there. or in the evening when the sun's going down. I'm kind of more of like a sunrise person. I just think it's so magical. And so that was a pretty cool day for us yesterday. Yeah. Was it something special? It was special. Was it something extraordinary? It was extraordinary. It was just us being outside and weirdly sore today. So every time I run down a mountain is when I find I get in this pain. But somehow I continue to try to run down these mountains because
I'll never learn.
I'll never learn. Having said all that, here comes my lecture. So yesterday when we get to the trailhead, it is pitch black. And it's weird because we're driving up there. And I told Janine, I said, sun comes up at 8:30. I want to be at the trailhead at like 6:30, 7 o'clock. You can get to the top in 2 hours if you push it. I knew we probably wouldn't quite get that, but we'd get to this ridge where we could sit and watch the sunrise. And so I'm not sure what she was thinking, but we get there and it's pitch black. And as we're driving up the last like mile, she's like, it's pitch black. And I'm like, I've observed that myself.
Yeah.
And she said, so what is our plan? And I said, well, did you not bring a headlamp? And she said, no. And I said, well, I brought one. And then I have a big light on my watch and we got our phone lights and like, we'll be fine. Right. So I'm always nervous when I get her to go do stuff like this because I know that she trusts me. And so I don't want something bad to happen or her to get freaked out. She's like, probably one of my worst fears is being in the dark, let alone walking through the forest on the side of a mountain in the dark. I don't even like being alone or in a hallway in the dark, and you're going to make me do this in the dark. So here's the epiphany. Because we got out of the car, I was like, okay, we're going. So we just started getting ready. I pull out my headlamp, and it's not really working. So I'm like trying to play it cool, and we got about an hour and a half till it's bright out. And I said to her, it's fine, just throw on this headlamp. It's flickering a little bit, and it'll be fine. To which she wasn't really fine with, but she kind of was. And I was like, like it's nothing more magical than when you're on the hill and the sun comes up. So let's get going. So inside of me, I was like, I don't know. This is a lot to ask of her, and my headlamp's probably dead. To be honest, it wasn't working well at all. And so I thought to myself, the only reason I can convince her to push forward is because I know that as this personal light diminishes or dims, God's light or the sun is going to come up and light our path. And I kind of had this epiphany that our light is always going to burn out. But just to know that like something greater is lighting our path, it kind of just gives us that confidence to like go forward. And that's truly what it was, is in about 45 minutes, it started to get light out. We didn't even need the headlamp anymore. But just knowing that was going to be what happened was kind of cool. And I just thought so many more of us in life could kind of throw that analogy in where we're scared. We don't have work. We have relationship problems. There's so many things going on, but we're relying on our own headlamp to kind of get us through. And to be quite honest, it's going to burn out eventually. But there's a light that won't. That's kind of where I'll leave it at.
I like it.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So long-winded it was, but I didn't run out of breath. So feel free to share your wins. We will put them on the screen here. And all right, Mr. Cole, you go, I'll go.
All right, Cole Clayton. Win of the week was I have been in some meetings with some high-ranking people in our agency this week, and things are looking good work-wise for us. I'm just glad that I've built a reputation within my work to be brought to the table and represent my fellow coworkers on some of these major changes. Yeah, it's awesome, Cole.
Yes. Travis. My win is I had a tough week in my job in law enforcement, but the TNL made my end of the week much better and will make Friday work day start on a good note. Thanks, Tim and Dana. thanks to Travis, and thanks to the
thanks,
entire
Travis.
TNL fam who are here, making it such a fun place to be.
Cam, when is getting the opportunity to get back to work again soon? Looking forward to getting out at it again. And first go around will be to New York for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Awesome.
I think it's his modeling career that's taken off.
Yeah, I think so. That makes sense. Yeah.
It's good. It's good for him. Ken, my win today is I'm thankful to have had today off work. Australia Day. Well, happy Australia Day. I've enjoyed participating in the entire show today. Usually he takes off early. So normally I can only look for a bit during my lunch break, but that's a super awesome win.
That's awesome, Ken. Chaz, my wife and son are such a blessing for me. I absolutely get to serve the people in my life, and nothing else matters more than Carolyn and Nolan and being present when they need me. Dads who matter. Yeah, buddy. You're one of them.
Adrian, my win is always happy and healthy. Me and my family. Good things going on with the job, as hard as it can be. Taking on the hardest burden you can bear and work hard at maintaining it. Working towards my goal and enjoying it along the way. Just noted that Ray's from Connecticut and he fishes the Farmington River mostly.
Joe, win for the week is the opportunity for an interview for an excellent position in the morning. Got a call at a night. Fun show tonight, and I wish you all a blessed week, TNL fam.
OQP, Joe, best of luck, and get some sleep. I saw this post.
Yeah.
Celebrated our 7-year wedding anniversary yesterday with my quality people, Tiff. I think that's QP. Or is it Cutie Pie? With a Q.
I think that's probably more likely, but
She's my rock, my best friend, business partner, and teammate. I'm always excited to take on anything with her by my side. That's super awesome.
yeah, congratulations, guys.
Sean,
made it. That's my win. Looking forward to coaching my girl in Edmonton this weekend. LPCF. Okay.
love people, catch fish, quality people. Mr. Flink, my win of the week is we had some young folks, early 20s, attend our club's fly tying classes last night. Mostly all beginners and a couple of intermediate tyers in the group. They were super and had a great time and learned a lot. They'll be back for the next class. A big win for our club and the fly fishing, tying in general. Yeah, Mr. Flink, get him in here. Get him part of the TNL fam.
Dan, my win for the week, I made another trip around the sun, and I got to spend it with my amazing family. Also, big life changes coming. This year will be epic, exciting, scary, and much needed. Stay tuned. I guess that counts as a future win.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Excited. Mr. McPhee, win was hitting a bull moose on my way to work this week and walking away unscathed. With minimal damage to my truck, I used some hair from my fender to tie a lucky fly that likely won't see the water.
That's awesome. I love it. Morgan, my win this week is that unfortunately I had a 20-year friendship come to an end. While I am pretty heartbroken about it, it prompted a lot of thought about the type of people I want in my life and to surround myself with. OQP really hits home this week. I'm thankful for my friends and family and my TNL family. Love you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's awesome that the recognition took place.
Yeah, tough, but
the sun will likely still rise on the flat ground. Yeah. Yes, Ray, you're right. Time is the most precious thing that we have. It's important to use it wisely. Craig, when is hanging out and tying tonight? Things have been good. Family's healthy, so wishing everyone here good vibes, health, and happiness. Love you all, TNL fam. Have a great week ahead.
Mike, I spent a lot of time with my mom in the hospital this week. Nice having conversations and laughs. Yeah.
Time again. Mr. Grayling, my win, my dad turned 80 this year and is still a fishing machine, and I get to share that with him still. And lastly, my 15-year-old dog is still doing well. Gone through a lot with him, I bet.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Long life. Mike DeMont, my win is that it finally warmed up. It's nice to be able to get outside again. Yes, it is.
Mr. Ritzko, also a very high valued win this week that I had. I was spending time with him, but his win is he's glad to be a part of this group. Guys, go give it a listen. Fly Fishing Saves Lives podcast. Mr. Ritzko, episode 9. We just recorded, and it's up there. It's on our YouTube channel or wherever podcasts are.
Ryan, being really down this week, missed out of going to Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, and life is a struggle. However, the win in all this is a sign of. Sorry, I'm missing
a sign
it.
on
A
the
sign
fridge.
on the fridge of the place I'm staying. It says, "Lord, help me to remember that nothing is going to happen to me today that you and I can't handle." I've been staring at it this entire show, and the wins definitely prove that every week. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, Michelle.
My win today is that I finished work just in time to watch my favorite part of the show. Thanks for sharing your story, Dana OQP.
Burke celebrated 48th wedding anniversary with my amazing wife, and she's letting me pick up a Diamondback 2.8. Ooh.
Hopefully that's your streamer,
Congratulations.
Roger, my win is just being here. It's been a relatively calm week, and I'm just enjoying the peace.
Jeff, my win was safely driving 3,600 kilometers and to spend
Wow.
time with my daughter in her new city. Wow.
Time. Jeff, my win, hearing the stories from my boys of their outings and how passionate they are on living life to the fullest. Couldn't be a prouder dad of 2 amazing young men. Often Jeff brings that up.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty awesome. Really awesome.
Eric, my win for the week. The weather went from 0 degrees Fahrenheit here last week and snow. Today was 65 and rainy. I got to fish a few hours yesterday with light rain, and we got over 35 small trout. It was just a blessing to be fishing. Another thing is just being able to spend time with my T&L family tonight. My friend Paula and I have been sharing devotions every day this week. I love you. All of the blessings to my T&L fam.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, awesome.
And that's kind of how the show goes.
That is how it goes.
Somehow the fly tying camera is not on the fly. Not sure what
How's it doing
happened
that?
there. I don't know.
The best
All
part of
right.
the show is followed by the hardest part of the show.
Yes. And that means saying goodbye.
Saying goodbye.
Well, there's 2 hard parts to the show. Figuring out a way to finish this big wave. We love you guys.
Yeah.
Truly, this, like, we talked to Jeff today, who came here, and sorry about your loss, Jeff. But it was super awesome to meet you. Oh, look. And then
There
he
he
pops
is.
up like, what, is he still here? I was hoping he would share. Okay, we got a couple more pop in.
Yeah, a couple more came in.
Bags. My win every Thursday, I get to do a tradition with my kids that my nana used to do with me. She used to make us crepes all the time, and it's something that every Thursday with my boys. So grateful. Sometimes it really is all about the small things. Very thankful. Plus, I get to spend it with the TNL fam. These are core memories.
Yeah, very much.
Bruce, sometimes the comments take a bit to get in, but here he is.
Got to experience the health system yesterday where my wife slipped on some ice, and broke her ankle. Can't say enough about the great paramedics, nurses, and doctors we dealt with. They did their best to help us through a rough situation with compassion and humor and professionalism. That's good to hear.
Well, that was almost Tim tonight.
That's true.
Oh, so that's the thing when it warms up.
Gets icy.
What TNL stands for Thursday Night Live. So Thursday Night Live fly time. So we just say TNL. So the TNL fam, it's just something that's been abbreviated. Thursday Night Live. Yeah. Thursday Night Live, TNL, the TNL fam. So Ray, you're a part of it now. Jeff. My win, feeling grateful for the little things lately, and it was amazing meeting both of you guys today. Thanks for being so welcoming and creating this incredible show.
It's great to
Thank
meet you, buddy.
you. You have to know that like all the parts of the show, and we say it all the time, and I truly mean it, is you guys. And it's awesome. I love when people come up here and we can show them the studio, throw them some stickers, some whatever, and tell them which bingo card to use. But yeah, it's fun because we like to meet you guys too and put a face to the name. So Jeff, thanks for driving up here.
Yeah.
Super awesome. Yeah, good dude. That guy is a good dude.
Yes, sir.
Oh, go Oilers. I gotta end the show now. Love people catch fish. LPCF. OQP. LPCF. Thursday Night Live. That's what it is. Danny Elstrom.
See ya, buddy.
We love you. Things seem real good. No valid complaints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's worth celebrating.
Yeah, we're from Alberta, and the studio is in Olds, Alberta. So if you look that up on the map, and Tim lives north of here in Inuvik.
I was like, I wonder which town he's gonna pick this time.
I know. Yeah, Tim lives just outside of Lacombe, Alberta, which is about an hour and a little bit from here, and we guide out of southern Alberta, so anywhere from Olds down to the Montana border. And Ray, he's Connecticut, right? Yeah, that's right. Mostly we guide on the Bow River. On the Bow River it is. Yeah, so Ray, we're here next Thursday. We're here for the next 10 weeks, 9 weeks. We got 13 episodes. Yeah, feel free to join in and hang out with us every single Thursday. And that's what it's all about. If you're on YouTube, go over there, subscribe, get notifications. That helps you know when we're live or when we share videos and stuff like that. That's how it goes. Hillbilly.
Yeah, Lindsay got a new job this week, and Thursdays are always a win. Thanks, guys. OQP LPCF.
Well,
Sean
Sean,
would
you're
not know.
you're not hooked. You're not hooked on the bottom. The bottom doesn't roll with the boat for 4 minutes.
It's hard to farm the bottom. It's just different.
It's not for Sean. I remember the one fish he lost the first year.
Yeah.
It was up on that gravel bar.
I think
where the big browns hang.
The biggest highlight of that day for me was my clients absolutely
hot
giving
sauce
them crap
John
the whole time.
Was it hot sauce John?
Yeah, hot sauce John.
Was it?
It was. Because he was making fun of Bruce and his broad shoulders.
Oh, and we were in such disarray. We fish dries all morning to have two eats 5 inches apart on both of their flies. We farmed them both, of course. Yeah.
Well, and Dave's got another win. I just checked my inventory and we don't have any big wave left. So no one else will have to suffer through it. You're a beer martyr, Dana.
Well,
Thanks.
maybe there's none left because everyone went in there to buy some Sally Hansons for their flies.
Man, that's so good.
Honest review. If we weren't honest, then you guys wouldn't like it.
Hot sauce, John.
Good stuff. So, anyways, Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, if you guys are still listening, we love you guys. We appreciate everybody who came up and came in to hang out at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. Don't forget, IF4, March 23rd. Get your tickets at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. Get them online or get them at Morning View Mercantile. Claude and Colleen are back from a vacation, and the market's open, I think, tomorrow.
Yeah, I think they're back in tomorrow.
And they are selling like hotcakes. You can get your stuff at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, or you can get it at the market. Fish Pond, we thank you. Shore Fishing is sending us a bunch of stuff for you guys. So we're excited to do and try that. And Friesen Brothers for the pulled pork.
Yes, it was very
That
good.
was super fantastic. Dave and Tiffany, Craft Beer Nation, we thank you for always keeping our palates in check. 99% of the time, Tim, it's been
we've
epic.
had some great beer.
Yeah.
That's just one beer.
And
that's all.
Lyle Peterman Real Estate, based out of Calgary, Alberta, Southern Alberta. Did you know that Lyle Peterman is also the voice of the Calgary Wranglers?
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, it's truth.
Nice.
And
What are you missing here?
Fly Fusion.
Fly Fusion.
Well, I have 4. That's what we talked about.
Yeah.
That's the same company, Fly Fusion.
Yeah. That's it. That's all. Till next week, guys.
Till next week. Dude, we've been down here for 9.5 hours recording.
It's crazy. We have been.
I know.
It's been a day.
It's been a great day.
It's been a great day.
Yes. So, best ant I ever tied. The tree behind me. Love it.
Yes.
All right. Most people's favorite part of the show is this scene right here. Until next week, reach out if you want to be on Fly Fishing Saves Lives. You got a story to tell, let's chat. Anything you need from Tim, you want to go to Argentina, he's got a couple spots. I know a couple people messaged and they were curious about stealing those spots. So if you're anything curious, Tim's your guy.
Why you gotta do me like
gotta
that?
Go.
It's
We gotta
time.
go. If you're curious, he's transitioning. He's your guy. We hope he's still a guy next week.
I can feel my body cold against the concrete, but I can't seem to get enough. My mind is fixed on what it wants. I just let you beat me. Looks can be deceiving. Let you get the best of me. In bed with my worst enemy. This is a no-go. I just can't take hold. This is a danger zone. Pack up and get me home. This is a no-go. I just can't take hold. This is a danger zone. Pack up and get me. So put your hand in mine. Follow me. Let me waste your time. Set up feet. Do some stupid shit. Take a seat. Let me waste your time. So put your acting like you're into me. I know this is hopeless, moving in slow motion, trying to control my thoughts, but I can't stop our body talk. This is a no-go, I just can't take hold. This is a danger zone, pack up and get me home. This is a no-go, I just can't take hold. This is a danger zone, pack up and get me. So put your hand in mine, follow me, let me waste your time. Set up feet, do some stupid shit. Take a seat, let me waste your time. Set up feet. So put your so put your